This holiday season, help Soldiers for Stockings improve the morale and welfare of members of our armed forces deployed overseas. Now through November 20th, there is so much work to be done, and you can help in many ways. Download the stocking pattern from stockingsforsoldiers.org and start sewing today. Volunteer to help decorate and assemble stockings. Donate Christmas candies, snacks, nuts, chips, drink mixes, DVDs, books, magazines, lip balm, toiletries, and other items needed to fill the stockings. Or help make packets of snowman soup, hot chocolate, to send along with the stockings. For more information, patterns, and a list of items needed, visit stockingsforsoldiers.org. This holiday season, help send our troops a touch of home. For many, it's all they will receive. All stockings need to be completed by November 20th. So get started today at stockingsforsoldiers.org. That's stockingsforsoldiers.org. Stockings for Soldiers, sending stockings filled with joy to our soldiers in harm's way for the 9th consecutive year.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich, working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare, having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom133.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom133.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom133.com. Go to freedom133.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom133.com.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Then get on board with the Tax Admiral and let us steer your way to financial freedom.
The IRS is the largest collection agency in the world. They can freeze your bank accounts, seize your car, home, will garnish your paychecks and benefits.
Don't take on the IRS alone. I can fight for you using industry secrets that can help stop the IRS. I'll cut your penalties, slash your interest, and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company with over 30 years experience helping people clean up their mess with the IRS. And we have a 95% customer satisfaction rating.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS, are facing an audit, a lien, or levy, then call me right away.
Call 800-646-6985. Again, that's 800-646-6985. 800-646-6985. 800-646-6985.
The following letters were written by our troops.
My dear fellow Americans, I truly appreciate your support. I was starting to wonder if people had forgotten about us over here, but then one of my buddies showed me this website, and now as tears are streaming down my face, I can see for sure that you haven't. Private Emily B., U.S. Army.
It's so heartwarming to see the American people not letting the men and women of the armed forces be forgotten. Your letters make a group of grown men, battle-hardened and gruff, act like a bunch of kids around a Christmas tree. Thanks. Staff Sergeant Matthew H., U.S. Army.
Your support may be the most important thing our troops can carry with them. But don't take our word for it. Take theirs. To show your support, visit americasupportsyou.mil. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Defense and the Ad Council.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 800-595-2614 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 595-2614 to take your call now. Call 800-595-2614. That's 800-595-2614. Again, 800-595-2614.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind. Ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. We leave no warrior behind. Wounded Warrior Project is a non-profit organization created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war. Whether those scars are physical or mental, we're here to make sure that they heal. And whether it's helping those with post-traumatic stress disorder live a normal life again, or giving much-needed support to injured warriors in veterans' hospitals. Because no one deserves our help more than the men and women who risk their lives to keep us safe. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind. Ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
Zinc Media. Feel the power of knowledge. Home studio somewhere within the great granite state of New Hampshire, where the state motto is still live free or die. It is not big government or bust. It is Monday, December the 21st in the year of our Lord 2015, which means you have about four. Well, this day is all but over most parts of the country. 7 p.m. here, but you still got time. So you got 4 days until Christmas, with 3 shopping days, basically. I don't know anybody who's going to be shopping on Christmas Day. But I guess depending on where you go, you can shop. There's nothing open on Christmas Day. I don't even think the drugstores are. Well, I suppose you can go to the movie theater and get gift certificates, but they're not open till later. Which is usually after all of the gifts have been parceled out and opened. It is short week here this week. We end only 3 more live episodes for the year here on the Rod Eccles Show. Only 3 more 2-hour programs remaining. That's it. Before January 6th, we go to 3 hours from 9 a.m. to noon Eastern time. So I'm getting kind of excited about that. Got to tell you, I've been getting some. This is also interesting. I've been getting nothing big yet, but when you start, it's got to start somewhere. Got to start small. But I've been getting some, interest and questions about sponsoring the program, which is very nice. So the word is getting out there about the program, and people want to be, they're thinking about putting their product or service on the air in front of your eyes and ears. That's a good thing. Not looking to get rich off of this, but to help defray some of the costs that it takes to put on this program would be wonderful. And you know what? I'm not one of those people. Some people. There was somebody who asked me a long time ago, Rod, why don't you have a donate button? I'd give you $5. That's not the way you do things. This is not a charity. I'm not running a charity. Now, charities are for if you want to donate your money to somebody, give it to a charity, somebody who's going to do good. Not to say that I'm not doing good here. I'm doing necessary work, obviously, but there, put it in the take the $5 and put it in the Salvation Army kettle. That would be good. Yes, I think so. Putting it in the Salvation Army, as I've mentioned before, love that organization. I know there are some people out there that say, well, they're anti-homosexual, Rod. You can't do that. They're anti-homosexual. Well, that's like, I guess it's like saying the Catholic Church is anti-homosexual because it's Salvation Army is a religious organization, but they do a hell of a lot of good. And just because they don't, I guess if you want to give to an organization that supports your little pet project, then go right ahead. But understand that just about every organization that helps or works with or gives to multiple causes is probably going to work in an area that you don't agree with. And you'd probably be surprised by what some of these organizations or who some of these organizations work for or work with. Not Goodwill, but I know the Goodwill is kind of that has been exposed as being a slight scammy type of situation. Because of their model. They're not really a full-fledged. They're a for-profit organization, by the way. They're there to make a profit. And, of course, they've got to pay, some pretty hefty salaries all across the country because, the Goodwills are broken up into different corporations, if you will, like Goodwill of Maine and Goodwill of Northern New England and Goodwill of Massachusetts and Goodwill of New York and that type of thing. So you gotta. It's one of those things that you have to look at it for yourself. And when you're giving to an organization or when you're giving to a non-profit, as it were, you have to check it out and make sure it's something that you can stand behind and something, you also going to have to be able to take the good with the bad. There's always going to be some part or aspect of the program that you don't particularly like. But you're going to have to ask yourself if it's something that you can live with, if that negative part is something that you can live with. Because if you can't, then you can't give to that organization. Pretty simple. No ifs, ands, or buts. But we are heading into the last days of 2015. And I know there are a lot of, there's a lot of people out there who are organizations and companies and stuff that give you the top 10 or top 20 lists of year-end list of 2015. And some people try. You know what I loved it when we started seeing some of these music lists in the first 10 years of the new millennia, the new century. The best songs of the century. I hope you meant the 20th century because the 21st century, just got started. But of course, they were talking about now, this century. You know, and that leads me up to this fact. You know, it's pretty interesting because there are a lot of people, history in this country is poorly taught.